Bold performances, timely themes. This is must-see television. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons you should watch I May Destroy You. For this list, we're looking at the HBO and BBC series I May Destroy You and discussing why it should be at the very top of your watch list.
I say there are hungry children, there are hungry children, there are hungry children. There's a war in Syria, there's a war in Syria, there's a war in Syria. Or not everyone has a smartphone, not everyone has a smartphone, not everyone has a smartphone.
Don't worry. Beyond the basic premise of the series as outlined in the synopsis, we will be keeping this video spoiler-free. Number 10. It's being called the best drama of the year. Do a quick Google search of I May Destroy You, and one thing almost immediately becomes clear. Critics love it.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, good.
The number of 5-star reviews is downright overwhelming. And as much as we like to collectively pretend we do not let Rotten Tomatoes influence what we do or do not watch, the almighty tomato meter has major sway. Well, any score in the 90s makes for a pretty strong endorsement. Guardian TV critic Lucy Mangan, who suggested it may be, quote, the best drama of the year, also called the series, quote, extraordinary and breathtaking. Other words used to describe it include riveting, jolting, exhilarating, and gasp-makingly brilliant. How can you possibly ignore a series that's garnered such praise? Number 9. It's unlike anything else and hard to define. I May Destroy You is described as a comedy-drama series, but it's so much more. The show moves deftly between the two, often in a split second.
As you know, you can't give peace unless you have peace. I had a CT scan to check in with the mind. So for anybody who thinks I'm crazy for having Insta and Twitter wars with rapists and life destroyers every day, you can relax. I have the all clear.
Even in the darkest moments, there are elements of levity that leave you as a viewer at a loss for how to respond. Scenes in which the term comedy drama feel adequate, however, are few and far between. It's about trauma, consent, and sexual assault, but it's also a lush depiction of European nightlife. Between its challenging themes, quick pace, unique approach to storytelling, and the complex and real human emotions packed into every episode, it often makes for an exhausting viewing experience. Nothing about the show is simple, and that is part of the appeal.
Yay!
Number 8. The world feels incredibly real. There's no shortage of great television out there to use as a form of escapism. Even when watching a series supposedly set in the real world, however, characters and events often have a certain artificial quality to them that feels larger than life. You're reminded that it's scripted. The fact that I May Destroy You can join a short list of shows that are an exception to this rule is among its greatest achievements. The world inhabited by these characters feels real and recognizable, especially for millennial viewers living in a major city and embracing everything that entails. From the nights out that the characters embark on and the conversations they have, to their most private moments, it all feels authentic to the millennial experience.
You angry with me?
No. You angry with me?
Sometimes. Generally, I just feel really bad.
Number 7. The narrative structure. Again, though this series might be billed as a comedy drama, it blends numerous genres. And one of the most compelling styles it incorporates is that of the mystery genre.
Tonight, you, me, Kat, and my cousin, the one who plays basketball and likes your pictures.
Yeah, the American.
Yes. Last night in London and he wants to see you.
Yeah, sorry, G, I got work.
Oh, don't do me like that, man.
Rather than solving a local crime or the murder of someone close to her, however, our protagonist is trying to unravel something far more personal. The mystery of what happened to her on a night out that she cannot remember.
How'd you smash your phone?
The show plays fairly fast and loose with the chronology of events from one episode to the next, jumping forward and into flashbacks to suit the needs of the story. It also takes us into the perspective of different characters, which makes the viewing experience even more dynamic. The resulting narrative structure is absolutely enthralling.
Can I take a picture, please?
Yeah, man.
Rolling with a literary starlight.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
We're waiting for the next one, yeah?
Number 6. A powerful supporting cast of well-written characters. Creator Michaela Cole is the star of I May Destroy You, and she commands the spotlight. Her performance is utterly arresting. But perhaps even more remarkable is the fact that despite her character Arabella being at the center of the narrative, Cole makes every single person in the supporting cast feel equally well developed.
Most days you can't even look me in the eye. I'm like, hey Dad. He's scrunching his face, cursing the house. It's whatever. One more day and he gone.
Arabella's friends aren't just plot points or caricatures for her to play off of. They have their own problems, concerns, wants, and needs. And the lengths to which Cole went in fleshing out these supporting characters shows in each and every conversation.
I'm a writer. I just like to go away sometime, feel different energies.
The exchanges don't feel like dialogue, but rather real conversations between actual friends. Speaking of which, the depiction of friendship as a whole feels very true to life.
The privilege of the underprivileged. When's my own privilege arriving? Terry, it's here. It's here.
Number 5, it explores how trauma changes a person.
Doesn't know.
About the assault? Still.
No, Terry's sparkling.
As we spend more time with our protagonist, both before and after the fateful night at the center of the series, it becomes increasingly clear that Arabella has been changed by what happened to her that night.
I know you're Arabella. Chronicles of a Fed Up Millennial. Yeah. Sorry, I just think like, you're amazing.
Despite the gaps in her memory and the many ways in which she is seemingly just continuing to go on with her life, it's affected her at the very core of her being. But a big part of what makes this depiction so remarkable is that it doesn't portray her trauma as static. It's not a switch that's been flipped, but rather a long, drawn-out, and ever-evolving process as Arabella comes to grips with not only what happened to her, but also how it's affecting her.
How do you think I feel with you telling me I've done something wrong? Telling me there's something wrong with me? Telling me what?
If you watched your drink.
If I... What?
If you watched your drink, you wouldn't have been raped.
I want to talk to you again.
Number 4, it addresses Me Too issues. I May Destroy You incorporates elements of mystery into its narrative, but it's no secret that Arabella is the victim of sexual assault.
My head's just sort of... Yeah. They have given me a guy to help me.
Have you asked to take a break?
Popular media continues to use rape as a plot device, but I May Destroy You tackles the subject head-on and really engages with the lived experience of the victim. Writing for the Boston Globe, Matthew Gilbert described it as, quote, a groundbreaking model of how to honor the complexities of sexual trauma on TV without succumbing to lecture or exploitation. The series is actually inspired by Cole's own personal experience and has been described as, quote, the culmination of her attempt to make sense of the senseless.
Yes, the beginning of the story, mainly episodes 1 and 2, are very much inspired by my own real-life experiences, and they play out in a very similar way to Arabella's.
What Cole has given us feels, quite frankly, unprecedented. Number 3, it also tackles issues of sex and race. Considering just how in-depth this show goes with its exploration of sexual assault and trauma, it very well could have kept its thematic focus limited to those subjects. And yet, on top of that, I May Destroy You also finds space to discuss questions of race and sex.
Hey, it is itchy. I was just thinking about you.
Really? No, they're not itchy. Yours?
No.
And you just crossed my mind.
As previously mentioned, the world that creator Michaela Cole has created feels true to life. And just like in the real world, her characters deal with multiple injustices simultaneously. The show feels timely not only in its representation of Black people, but also how they're treated within the story.
So, just in terms of is that your real hair?
No, it's a wig.
Okay. She's at the salon, so there's a chance it's going to be being washed, dried. Do you do that to your...
Yeah, it's human hair.
Gender and sex are also placed under the microscope, hammering home the fact that exploitation takes many forms. Number 2, Michaela Cole. Quote, volcanically talented is quite the compliment. but Michaela Cole earns it.
You are beautiful, embrace it. You are intelligent, embrace it. You are powerful, embrace it. Thank you.
Still in her early 30s, Cole already has a successful sitcom under her belt, Chewing Gum, which she created, wrote, and starred in, and for which she won a BAFTA Television Award.
Oh, sorry. Please. I like you.
With I May Destroy You, Cole also adds a co-director and executive producer credit to the list. Born and raised in London, Cole is best described as a creative juggernaut who, in addition to her television work, is also a singer-songwriter, poet, and playwright.
Prior to being raped, I never took much notice of being a woman. I was busy being black and poor, daring to observe the hazard my gender may pose to my freedom and survival feels like a betrayal to the council flat I was born and raised in.
I May Destroy You is a testament to her many talents, but none more so than her acting ability. Cole plays Arabella with nuance to deliver one of 2020's best performances, and a character not soon forgotten. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. It dives deep into both the simplicity and complexities of consent. Of the many labels that have been given to I May Destroy You, consent drama is one of the more accurate, but it still fails to do the series justice.
Sometimes, when we try our best to see the big picture, we lose sight of the little one altogether. The little detail here is you.
There's perhaps no show that's engaged with the current dialogue surrounding consent with more insight than I May Destroy You. The encounter at the center of the narrative is unquestionably an assault, but even Arabella is hesitant to call it that, plagued by the same self-doubt all too common among survivors.
I just wanted to know, how did last night end?
How did it end?
The show also deals with stealthing, the non-consensual removal of a condom during sex. In short, it's exactly the sort of content we need right now. A timely series that hammers home the simplicity of consent by forcing tough conversations about its intricacies.
There is a bin in the one across the hallway, sorry.
What?
A bin for the condom.
Oh.
There's a...
Oh.
Where'd you put the condom?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.